I don't know about you, Tech, but I'm excited for my first date.
Mm-hmm. When's
Not
that
to
happening?
imply that I've never had a date, but basically, might as well assume
request
that.
Miss Leanne to escort me on an inspection of my designated region. Male members of your group need not accompany.
Inspect my designated region.
Is that not how you describe that?
I'm saying that to my girlfriend when she gets home.
But underneath,
I need you to accompany me while I inspect my designated region.
Popular companion at our escort service. You.
That's disgusting. I never signed up for this.
But you're our
I
most
just realized
popular
that Vacheron
escort.
is like trying to start a harem.
You make $1 million for the first 2 hours, and $2
This is
million
at least
each
the
hour
second
after
time
that.
he's tried to pimp her out.
Forget it.
There's nothing to
the
worry
game.
about. We run a safe, clean establishment. No physical contact. And if he tries anything funny, we'll have proof of everything right here on film.
Oh, boy.
Of course, it wouldn't hurt if you egged him on a little, Leanne. Flash him some skin. Huh?
My God.
Sound like a plan?
No,
God.
it does not.
Like,
This is your
What a
first solo
deplorable
job.
plan!
Let's give it some gusto.
I thought you liked Vacheron.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
All right, you
Caution,
ready?
truck exit.
Come on. Time for us to hit the road.
You're serious.
Oh, it's her first job. We need to trail her and see how she does.
It's not
You think I don't see
exactly
that camera you're
her
holding?
first job.
Giggity.
This area is strictly
It's not my
off-limits.
first rodeo.
Go
Yeehaw.
on. I don't want any trouble.
Dude, he just made the box opening gesture. When he said, like, move along, I don't want to he's like, move along! Box open! That honestly, that really short cutscene there is one of my favorites of the whole game.
Because Pater's just like, I got some guards to keep, make sure that no one tries to attack us or anything.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we want to spy on her. I will now murder all of your guards.
Well, like, the thing is, like,
Oh, yes.
we want to break in. The guy's like, don't break in! And then, like, Vacheron just pulls a gun and Zephyr's like, wait, seriously? You're gonna kill that guy? You're gonna kill the... Okay!
You know, if
Are you
Zephyr is
happier
concerned
now?
about killing
I know,
people,
that's the thing. Like, of
something is
all
wrong.
people, like, Zephyr, like, never hesitates to, like, murder a guy. And here he's like, wait, seriously? This is too far, Vacheron.
Then again, I
You know
can't
what?
help but think of all
I think
the
Pater is
people
King
in
of
Basel
Champions.
who
He is the
struggle
King of
every day
Champions.
just to
Look
get
at him.
by.
He's got, like, the championship belt.
Yeah, you're
He's
right.
got, like, a royal, like, signet ring.
I wish the stone could help others find
Great fashion
happiness
sense.
too.
Obviously.
I love the bow tie.
I know, I love the bow tie with, like, no collar. It just looks so confused.
I'm sure if you're wishing
Go with him for
it to
Halloween,
come
everyone will
true,
get it.
will.
Get, like, a wig that looks like that.
Ugh.
They're actually
Safe!
getting along pretty well.
I hope there's no one left to murder on the way out. Vacheron really just wants her to have sex, I think.
Seriously.
Because, like, now he's like, they make a cute couple. Like, really, just as long
had
as
a really
as
good
the
time.
young girl who lives in his house is having sex with someone, he's fine.
If I took that, this wouldn't exactly be a date now, would it?
Oh no,
Aw.
no,
Well, ready to head back?
Pater.
Take the money, you idiot.
this is my chance. What foul pit did you crawl out of?
The battle music plays.
Yeah.
This one?
Try attack.
Actually, no, it's not the battle music. That's the condition critical music.
No, you're right.
Maybe, should have thought that one through.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Pater. What a tragic hero.
What just happened, Master Pater?
Undone by his own zealousness. It kind of bums me out that they don't, like, address that more. They never, like, go to, like, a funeral for him, and no one ever really, like, says that he's dead.
Yeah, they're just like, oh,
And the
too
rings?
bad.
Pater's not around anymore.
We'll be using it as is.
There's
in
that
its
one
present
dude who
shape.
stands outside his house
Don't
forever,
worry.
just being like,
The ring
Master
itself
Pater's
should
dead.
suffer no outright
Oh, yeah.
change.
That's not what I meant.
But you have to, like,
I
go
wanted
out
to
of your
know
way
when
to
it would
talk
be
to him
ready.
to, like, encounter that.
Well,
I thought he was a
still
mission.
several more
Because he's
months,
like, go
I
and do something with Pater
Oh,
Topless.
the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a chick.
should. Zenith uses quartz.
I think that's the one, though.
as a
Yeah.
I
means
think
to
it's, like, his
control
loyal dog or
humanity.
something. after
Yeah,
he
yeah.
died.
If we can control Zenith, we will have free reign to extend or shorten lives. However,
I don't know if you know
If
this,
a
but when I gave you the
person's
power to
corpse
control
should
God,
They'll
I
die.
gave you the power to control
Exactly.
God.
so you see, Finding our own courts and securing it in a safe place should be a priority.
But if you control it, does that even matter?
Understand the link formed between courts and individual at the time of birth.
Well,
But
I think...
finding an adult
I'm glad you
court
understand
is
that,
a
because that doesn't make a lick of
painstaking
sense.
No, I think they can control your
They're
lifespan,
organized generation,
but if the courts breaks, you
but
die.
that, I'm afraid to
Like,
say,
that's completely
is only a
Yeah, I guess,
small
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's valid.
A race against time.
But, like, I mean, they've known all along that quartz was tied to lifespan, right? So, like, why wouldn't they have already done that? Like, the same thing holds true whether or not you control, like, a lifespan.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Always an honor to be asked for by name. Of course, I can't imagine what possible use
Was that a
a lowly
bookcase in
hunter could
his
be
library
to
that
the
just
great
spins for no reason?
Torion.
I didn't notice. These guys have the weirdest fucking relationship. Like, Vacheron, like, always, like, puts on these airs of, like, you know, respect for this guy, but he clearly fucking hates him.
Yeah.
And Antorian is always, like, really haughty, and just, like, he acts like Vacheron is, like, a really valuable resource to him, but, like, hates the shit out of him.
Old wounds, indeed. That dirty business with Victor and the rest. All because of one expedition. I haven't been on Rowan's good side since.
You know, here's what I think this game is trying to do.
What's
Without
that?
that
It's like
past,
obviously trying to be
there would be
obtuse
no present.
and
To
have
some
all,
degree,
have
yeah.
all these moments that happened before
Such
the games
optimism
took place
doesn't become your
to give a
aim,
sense of like backstory and character arc.
Yeah.
Except all these
Divine
moments that happened
medical.
off screen are like super important to
Men who
understanding the
experience
characters,
unequivocal
Yeah.
and in no way do they
certain
explain
death.
what happens in them.
It's also, I think, another big
July.
part of the problem is that it's not entirely clear
It leaves
what,
in its
like, the
wake
timeline
the mark
is.
of the
Yeah.
Like, for
supernatural
example, until
at
you
the
sort of, like,
miracle's
piece
location.
together the injury thing with
call it
Rebecca
the
and
sacred sign.
Sullivan, like, I didn't realize that that scene was supposed to be in the past, but it's really
You've
important that
seen
it's in the
it
past because the
before,
present
yeah.
doesn't make sense otherwise.
The thing where she bites him.
Yeah.
Now to carry out the sentence.
Oh shit.
So I guess the implication here,
You missed on purpose.
the reason
That's
that,
for you to
that
decide.
Zephyr manages to live here is because
You
the
watch me put the gun
the
in his mouth.
Sullivan's
aim for
experiment on
his
him was a
brain,
success.
And fire twice.
Because, like, he is, like,
Look at him.
much stronger
He's
than a normal
alive.
person. He is able to
You're the
survive being shot in
witness.
the head twice.
What do you make of it?
We can't just leave him like this. We'll be ruined.
Hey, when your god survived his execution, what did he have to say about it?
Who? Zenith?
God.
Maybe they're talking about actual God now? But then that implies that they know that God exists, and the crisis of faith thing doesn't really make sense.
He has been judged for his sins, and so he is without sin. Such is the will of God in his glory.
What?
Okay, that's Antorian, but who is he talking about? Who is the God that they're referencing? That seems of relative importance.
Somehow, your connection with the miraculous runs deep. You're something of a miracle yourself.
He's not kidding around.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you are the sole survivor of the expedition.
The expedition.
I'm only
What is all
alive
this shit?
because of the sacrifice
Well, the
made by
expedition is
victors
when
and the
Rebecca
others.
first showed up.
Really?
Apparently, the
There
incident
was no
where he and
sacred
Rebecca
sign.
clashed, she was the source of it.
If there
That was when she came to
I
Basel.
didn't see it.
Oh.
So she showed up at Basel. She's one of the
prudent
mutated
choice
humans who
of
can
words.
survive outside of Basel.
Never
And
stick out
everyone
your
who
neck till
who
you
has
see
survived
the
outside of Basel hates them because they left everyone else to die.
Yeah,
thought
I don't blame
smelled
him.
money.
So like she breaks into Basel, kills a whole bunch of people, and tries to kill Vacheron, but
want you to
fails,
go back.
allegedly because
For
Zenith
me.
intervened with his
Give
blessing.
those ruins another look.
Okay.
So that's his miracle. So each of the three of them theoretically
If we're gonna find
encountered a
Antorian's
miracle,
sacred
although
sign,
Zephyr's is the
this is
least
the place.
miraculous.
I don't see
Vacheron is
anything.
the least miraculous?
All
No, I
this
mean
wait
Zephyr.
For nothing.
He got shot in the head and didn't die.
You sure?
Yeah, but that's only because like science made him invincible first.
Oh, okay.
Huh. A gun.
Huh.
It's pretty flash, too.
Is pretty flash. Really got to start saying that. I feel like that'll catch on.
Pretty flash?
Yeah, it's pretty flash, bro.
It sounds like a saying from the 80s.
To me, it sounds kind of like Shiny from Firefly. That's what it makes me think of.
I can see that.
How unexpected. One of Zenith's knights still lives.
So apparently, that's the moment where she lost her mind.
Interesting.
So he survived that because of Zenith, and something about that intervention also broke her mind.
Okay. What's so funny?
Maybe there really are miracles.
So is he just remembering this now?
I have to assume, because there's no other reason why this would like suddenly dawn on him as being like evidence of miracles. Because like he should already have known that he probably shouldn't have survived that, but did anyway.
Sure, how you look at it.
The rest is knowing where to look.
What are we laughing about?
I don't know.
You changed so much after the prelate's death.
Is he wearing a bathrobe?
It's been over 20 years. I'd be surprised if I hadn't changed.
Cardinal unemployed.
But you were filled with such passion.
Well, it's been 20 years.
And
She
then
didn't
one
just
day,
die.
it was if you
He just said that.
hid away your emotion and let cold reason.
I mean, that makes sense.
take
The only
its
thing is, like, I
place
don't
instead.
understand why, like, Rowan's giving that speech near
You
the
can't
beginning
accept that it
that
was
seems to
time
be in
that
the
changed
present.
me.
If
I feel
well, it has to
you
be in the present because the whole
keeping
team
me
is
at arm's
together.
length.
Yeah.
But I only say this because I am worried. Yes, you can win people's minds with reason, but never their hearts. And it is always their hearts that most people listen to.
it is always their hearts that they mostly
It
listen
takes
to.
more than emotion to build a world. We must reconcile faith with science.
Only if you believe that a machine
then
is God.
why don't you
That's
just
really
come
the
right
only
out and tell
circumstance
them
under
that?
which that really
That
applies.
God is just a mere tool. Oh, my stomach churns just thinking about it.
Things are fine the way they are.
It's fine.
As am I. Let the people go on dreaming. It falls to us to make their dreams a reality.
This game is so full of
We
itself.
teach people to love God.
I mean, they're trying to
Respect
deal
him.
with a really lofty
Fear
subject
him.
matter, and I
That
do
is what
genuinely think there
cardinals
is a
do.
cool story in here, but they've done a really,
Rowan, this talk
really
of
odd job
reconciling
trying
our
to tell it.
faith,
Oh, yeah.
It borders on blasphemy. Do you deny it?
You
Do you
must
think
forgive
if they'd
me.
spent more time
is
working
time.
on the translation of this game, that it could make more sense?
No, I feel like that
Can
would only
you
make it
do
worse.
these
Really?
things
I feel like in the
and
Japanese
love
it's still the
life
obtuse.
you have chosen?
I
No.
really genuinely believe that.
The time for me to love is over.
Do you know what I see, Rowan? I see a man clinging blindly to duty.
I mean, it's not
because
as
he
if
has
like their
nothing else.
words don't make sense in
So
the
what
context. It's
happened
that
to
the
your
scenes
ring?
are like a jumble of
Have
like
you forgotten
chaos.
your vows to her too?
So this is also a jump in time, because this must take place around the time that Rowan is first taking control of Zenith,
Do I use
because he's not wearing his
reason
ring
to
because
remake
Sullivan
the
is
world?
linking it to
I do
Zenith as a
not.
machine.
I destroy
You have no way of
emotion
knowing that aside from
for
like all
emotion's
that
sake.
like complicated like attention paying though.
Well, yeah, but like,
Zenith
what, you're not gonna
holds
pay
us
like
bound.
full and super close attention
Even
to every
beyond
single
the
detail
courts.
over the course of the game, including all of the extensive gameplay in between all these cutscenes?
Oh yeah, that's that was what I was gonna say is a big problem. Is like this only makes marginally more sense after watching everything back to back.
Well, the ultimate problem with it is that the story is too subtle for the scenes to be placed as far apart as they are.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like because the gameplay takes so goddamn long to do anything.
How come you won't pray, Zephyr? You know that God is always watching us, don't you?
Clock
Zephyr?
can't watch us!
What does it matter whether I pray or not? Nothing changes.
You're wrong. Things do change, and we grow by overcoming the obstacles God places in our path.
Whack.
What was that? You'll listen when I talk to you.
The Inquisition will have you hanging by your neck.
Ah, it's the instruction manual of Smith. I mean, the Bible of the future.
Have any parents?
So I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be his sister, but unless Cardinal What's-His-Face mentions it later on at Rainy Bridge, I don't know how we're supposed to know that he killed her in that incident.
Breakfast! I know you're awake! What are we gonna do with you?
He's getting ready to go out. Leave him alone, Leanne. He has to brood in his emo-ness for a while, or else he'll never get anything done. Of course, I'm not sure how he gets anything done with all that emo going on.
What's his problem?
That time again already.
It's his time of the month.
He was the same way last year. Today's the day Zephyr and I first met.
See, this is where that cutscene should have happened.
Where are you going?
You mean that cutscene that plays at the start of the game?
My respects.
Yeah, I'm not sure
I'm coming too.
that actually ever happens in the continuity of the game, which is even further confusing.
I swear to God, I remember.
Maybe if we watch through like all of those cutscenes from the beginning, that fills in all these gaps from my note page.
Not moving.
It's no good. How can there be a god in a world with people like me?
That's that same girl.
Yeah.
His sister.
Do you really think God will save you?
I know he will. But whatever happens, whatever may come, I'll accept the fate that he gives me.
Fate. I'm not ready to accept fate.
Box opening gesture.
Her head opens. What?
This shouldn't happen!
Alright, so that's how we know he killed his sister.
I guess.
I mean,
they really don't make it very clear that it's his
This place
sister,
is a
but also I
mess.
swear that was supposed to come as a surprise to him.
They taught theology
Like he's not
here
supposed
once.
to know that he killed his sister until someone tells him.
Know.
Well, he clearly doesn't know. That's just a cutscene. That wasn't in Zephyr's mind necessarily.
Yeah, but like, it seems like he's pretty present for that moment. It seems
These are
it's
the
not out
same
of the
halls
question,
I
but it
walked
seems
that
harder
day.
to believe that he doesn't remember that.
This is it. The place we first met.
Should we show the cutscene?
Up to you.
Alright, we're gonna cut in that cutscene somewhere here. We'll talk about it.
This one's not pudding. I mean, we've seen this one before.
Yes.
Just to catch up to speed, Crank Seminary.
Right.
Circa whenever the hell is relevant. Don't really give us much in the way of dates, despite the whole game being surrounded by a giant clock.
Yeah, right? So things are going well.
Yeah. Later on, something bad's gonna happen here. It seems kind of weird for Vacheron to, like, go someplace with the Cardinal, doesn't it? Like, on a mission?
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
I mean, I guess it's sort of implied that that happened back when he was, like, working with Entorian.
Yeah.
But, like, not really stated. Good thing he didn't break any of the lights in this room.
He's fine.
I wouldn't worry about that guy. Hey, where's your sweet tracksuit? This must be in the past. Oh, where do you get 2 guns?
Really,
Who built this place?
Yeah, really poor decision to build a place that has, like, explosive lights.
Yeah. I built a castle out of dynamite. That's what a hero action looks like in real life.
You know, I gotta say,
Yeah.
it's a pretty badass scene.
Yeah, it is. You would think that having gone to the trouble of making these two really impressive, important scenes, that
Put them in the actual
you would
fucking game.
put them in the actual fucking game a little bit. It's like the only time in the whole game Vashon doesn't have the ponytail.
Yeah. See, it's that kind of cross-cutting that would very simply make the story more sensible.
It's true.
What? You met here?
That's right.
We were both praying. That's really all that happened.
Wait,
Kind of a boring
he
night.
wasn't a victim?
Hardly.
Yeah, we're hanging out. I was like, hey, bro, nice praying there. Really working them glutes.
What?
Apparently praying and the gym are the same thing in my brain.
How horrible!
How is it that she gathered from
Kind of ironic.
being here that he was
Don't
not a
you think?
victim? I mean, he obviously wasn't, but what was it that tipped her off to that?
Murderer like me bringing flowers to a grave.
I guess he's
But
the only
it
one that
seems
got
the thing
away.
to do.
I don't
Wouldn't
know
she know that already?
if I can face him. I'm afraid
BFF.
I won't be able to look at him the way.
It's really
the way
important
I
for
did
the emotions
before.
of this scene, I think.
Seriously. I love her reaction to
Half
this.
the time
She's
he's
like, he's a mass
sulking
murderer?
or
I don't know if I can look at him the same again.
Yeah, I know, it's not like that's so horrible.
is.
Like, I can't believe this
I know
happened,
that.
or that he did this. It's just sort of like, wow, it's gonna be hard to make out with him later.
I don't want to hate him.
I came here to end the standoff. I shot him.
What?
But he didn't die.
I don't. How did this happen?
I don't know much more than you. Why do some live while others die?
Zenith. It's basically my answer to
Sometimes
everything.
I think he'd be happier if he had died here.
Hasn't he said that verbatim at least once?
Yeah,
That's
more
really
than
not
once.
for me to say. The only thing that matters is what's in your heart. right?
Sniper Island!
Why didn't you wake me up? It's almost noon. Where's
Pig
my
shirt.
breakfast?
Where's my breakfast?
That's it? He murdered a whole bunch of people. That's your
She
reaction?
was actually that was
Our
actually just for
bodies
demanding
contained the
breakfast, like she
mechanism
was
to
his
regulate
wife.
cell division.
She completely ignored the whole murder thing. It just wasn't
It was
important
the
to her.
breakdown of this process that caused cancer.
Cancer?
A disease that ravaged the human population long ago.
Cancer gas.
Cancer no longer occurs in modern humans. Humans under Zenith's control. But another way of looking at cancer is as a sort of cellular immortality.
Obviously.
Of course, there were attempts to scientifically remove the associated risk of death and of aging. Doing so would have left only the positive effects, namely immortality.
What? That is not how
When
cancer
quartz
works.
breaks,
I think I understand what he's
the
saying,
effect
but
is
it really doesn't make
instantaneous
sense.
aging.
Because, like,
Perhaps
cancer
it's
can, like,
only a
continuously-
similar process,
Yeah, like
but
keep
the
making
result
new
is
cells,
death.
but like
Are you suggesting we're a disease that's killing Zenith?
I'm saying that maybe Zenith is our cancer.
Such
it's
a weird,
really obtuse.
such a weird game. That was the. Did you see the way his mouth moved?
Yeah, it
when
was
he
really
laughed?
strange. What's up? Hey, God, just chilling.
Yo, bro.
I love his like obvious villain hat.
I know.
I feel like I need one of those
perfect
just so
is
like
your
when I
judgment.
go over to someone's house
Does
I hate
it
that they
never
know that I don't
falter?
want to be there.
Does it
You
never
only put it
err?
on when you're upset.
Yeah.
Like
I show up someplace like, oh fuck, what did I do?
You just yell, "You and I are enemies now."
I don't let feelings cloud my judgment either.
I feel like I'd mostly only wear it over to your place though.
Oh, thanks, bro.
How could I? Now, I think it's time to find a place where those feelings
Lagerfeld,
belong.
that's his name.
How do you know all these people's names?
Honestly, most of those I remembered from just
Farewell,
playing the game.
my lord.
I mean, let's be honest. You have a difficult time remembering anything, so I don't know why remembering characters' names for this game is any exception one way or the other.
Fair point. Did you notice that they have like their own version of crossing themselves?
Yeah.
I did not notice that.
Well, they're cardinals, so they're like Catholic, I guess. Sort of.
I came to say goodbye.
Robo-Catholics.
Not as a cardinal, but as a friend.
Goodbye to who?
I assume
What
to
do you
him,
say?
but that sort of
Just like
suggests
old
that he
times?
assumes that Zephyr's gonna kill him.
It's a good assumption.
Well aged. A good bottle.
You should know, you gave it to me.
As a
I
cardinal,
hope he describes how
I let
malt
myself
liquor is
get too
made.
caught up in the little things.
Don't be too hard on yourself. What could be smaller than the troubles between two people?
You're right. All we've ever done is choose between good and evil, as it suits us.
Yeah, that's basically
That's
how
why
life
there's
works.
nothing I want more than to kill him.
Pretty sure that one's evil. Just putting that out there.
I love that cutaway because she's just like,
She's like, yeah. Like, I love
What's
the
the
Snatch
problem,
is
bro?
shrugging, like, I guess you could.
God.
I have no strong feelings.
I built you this town.
Why are you
Why are
being
you so hostile?
Was he
You'll
wearing
never
the
find
ring
a
in that
place for those
instant
feelings.
shot?
No, he wasn't.
Which is why I folded my wings. I want to fall.
He folded his wings, and Zephyr kind of has, like, the winged mutantness. It's sort of a symbolism, kind of. The one thing I don't understand is, like, he was a success. I mean, like, I guess it was... The experiment on him was a success in that he could survive outside because his body is tough enough to survive being shot in the head. But, like, how come we didn't get wings?
Yeah, wings are sweet. I want wings.
Oh no, you know what it is? He must be. It must have made him into one of those creatures from the Dark Crystal, because only the women of that
How can
species
I
had
turn into the
wings.
saint
You're
path
right.
that I've chosen for myself?
Totally true. Fizz gig.
Yes.
I want a fizz gig. A place to lay emotion down.
That sounds wildly inappropriate. Not sure you should be doing that.
Oh baby.
Land shark. I mean, murder guy. Cardinal Land Shark.
Well, isn't this a surprise? What's it been? 1? 2 years? What brings you by? Your own business?
I'm looking for a boy named Zephyr. It's my understanding you've taken him in.
Oh, I don't think he's around, actually. Yeah, I
Here to
remember him
murder
saying
your
something
weird
about
foster
going on a
son
trip.
thing.
He's well aware that he took him
Oh,
in.
what did you need? I'll be sure to
He
give him
should
the
be,
message.
because he was basically present when that decision was made,
I
wasn't
never
he?
stopped investigating the incident. There are some loose ends that need tying.
Like
That's in the
shoelaces?
past. Your god passed his judgment on that a long time ago.
God. I think I may have come around to your way of thinking on that. I haven't come to you as a cardinal in service of his god. I'm here as an ordinary man.
Well then, I don't see much reason to let you in.
So you judge him worthy of life? Kill me now, then, while you have the chance.
Okay.
The next time we meet, we'll be enemies. Or maybe
Is he
we
saying
can
that
come
he
to an
and we are
arrangement.
enemies now?
If it's money you want,
Why do you
name
think you
your
put the hat on?
price.
Shit.
I don't judge him.
See ya.
It's had to be Odd Job. Just takes the head off and kills people with it.
Yeah.
Do you still have this?
It's a really long and complicated backstory, but this whole game is actually just about
you
Odd
and
Job.
I. There's a bridge nearby. Meet me there and we'll talk. Just the two of us.
I thought he was like conveniently just like waiting there to overhear that.
Yeah.
He had no reason to think that Cardinal Lagerfeld would be there.
Emoing all over the place.
Yeah.
So,
did you check the Wankatorium?
Aren't we going to go help him?
He made his bed. Let him lie in it.
Are you serious?
Rainy Bridge!
You know, I gotta say, these cutscenes fit together pretty well without the gameplay in them.
I'm saying, like, I genuinely believe that there's a legitimate story here. They just sort of made a mess of integrating it into the game, and integrating it into a game at all, really. Like, if this was a movie, and you gave it a more linear progression, like, this would actually be really cool.
I was the witness assigned to your execution. My name
It's all
is
steampunk and shit.
Lagerfeld.
Everyone always wants, like,
I
a
was
really
once
good
cardinal
example
of
of
the
what
10th
steampunk
Diocese
is.
of
This game was
Chandelier.
pretty steampunk.
I've come to bury the grief of the bereaved and the dead. And if I'm lucky, my own.
That's cool, bro. See you later.
Mass had finally started when, from the far end of the hall, a muffled scream rang out. It had begun.
I'm telling a story.
Don't.
We arrived 20 minutes later. When I saw the carnage that awaited us, it was beyond all imagining. Tell me, what did the girl slumped in the corner of the alcove say before she died? The explosion wreaked such damage, many of the corpses were beyond recognition. How should we mark their graves? The mother of a boy whose body was riddled with bullets said she could forgive you. Tell me, why did you live while they died?
This is an excellent question.
Is your life worth more than theirs?
I really don't begrudge him wanting to kill Zephyr at all.
No, I
In
don't
fact,
even
his
look at
motivations make more sense to me than anyone else in this game so far.
I mean, I will certainly agree that they make sense, and I totally understand where he's coming from. And, like, it is sort of hard to root for Zephyr in this situation. But, I mean, just look at those goddamn glasses. I also think it's really funny that at the end of that cutscene, no hat. In the battle, hat.
Oh, yeah.
Cutscene, no hat.
Have the scriptures she gave you?
He killed him, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you ever
In the meantime.
to the last page? You should find a picture like this one just inside the back cover.
I do not remember this.
I don't either. Pretty sure we were talking over this especially during our playthrough.
Wait. We were talking over
This
something
is
that happened
my-
in a video game?
My sister.
Oh.
There were a lot of orphans in that school.
Like I said, this had to
You
be the
hadn't
point when
been
this happened.
so stubborn, I could have told you the truth.
I wonder what his eyes look like if he doesn't have the glasses on at that point. Genuinely no idea.
I like that they're there, though.
Yeah, no, I really like that shot with this with the sunglasses.
Blood is on your hands.
He must have been fully scratched. Cause like I don't know how that would have worked any other way. Do you know how many times I've shot a guy once and he died in this game?
Never.
Like never.
Leanne.
He was totally in the right for killing Zephyr.
Why?
You idiot!
You wanted to die, didn't you?
I don't blame him.
But that would be an affront to Zenith, maybe. I don't know how their religion works.
I should be dead.
You think that can make up for what you did? Not even close!
That didn't sound nearly as devastating as the time she kicked Vashra on the ribs.
If you're going to die, at least die with courage.
I think that's
because
pretty
that would
brave.
make it okay.
Why am I even alive?
I feel like going to your death knowing it's happening is pretty courageous.
If you hadn't been there, I'd be dead. Isn't that enough?
What did he do to save you? How did you both survive?
No, they landed, maybe. I don't know.
I want...
Yeah?
I want you!
I want Leanne.
I want to
be
know what
happy.
love is.
Fair enough.
Cutscene over.
That does seem to, like, encapsulate their relationship, though, doesn't it? If
Yeah.
it just ended there.
I will say this is the one point I don't like the music in this game. What the fuck?
He had it coming.
Oh, this game.
That's his
I know
penance,
the
is that she
Cardinals
keeps
do
hitting him
not
with frying
follow
pans
me
and shit.
Unconditionally. It is because you have placed your trust in me that others lend me their support.
This is Frida,
I
by the
hadn't
way.
realized.
That's just as well. It's enough that you go on being yourself. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Venturian was a trusted ally, a true friend, with a shared vision for our future. Now,
Then
he
I sort of
grows
went
more
crazy and
distant
took
with each
control of
passing
God.
day.
Didn't really take well to that for some reason.
Yeah, go figure.
The Cardinals have been scattered on the wind. It will never be as it was in Frida's day again.
You're even less pleasant today than you usually are.
Who are you?
That's saying something for this
Eccentric
game.
Maniac Aureliano pledged his loyalty to Frida.
You loved her, didn't you?
I did. Lagerfeld.
Oh, she
Venturian,
said, because she loves him.
That freak.
Probably.
Who cares? Because we don't know who she is.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I kind of want her to be a real character, because, like, I feel like the woman who's, like, loyal to him despite his, like, descent into madness because she loves him even though he's obsessed with a dead woman, like, I feel like that's a really interesting character. But she doesn't exist. They had whiskey that one time, and now she's like, you sound like more esoteric than usual. And then he just like, and then he just has a monologue, and they leave.
Get near the end there.
It was chapter 11, wasn't it? It's
Yeah.
not exactly near the end.
This is our first job on our own. It's time for us to make our mark.
Actually, I never realized he looks exactly like what's-his-face.
He does look
Yeah,
very
pick
similar.
Which jobs we take.
I
Aww.
picked this one.
How good to see you both
That guy.
again.
Yeah.
Jean-Paulet, at your service.
Stop it!
Why do you hate him so much?
I don't like him.
You like didn't seem to express this at any point previous. To, like,
He's so flailing and ridiculous!
The situation is just as I told you. There's been a threat made against my wife. Someone plans to kidnap
damn
her
it,
at
that
our
guy's getting
wedding.
married? I need to like go to mailorderrussianbride.com or something. Ridiculous.
Even here, he spent a great
It's a
deal
sham
of money
marriage, you
calling
know
in
it.
some big sums for the attack.
What do you think the circumstances of Jean-Paulet's sham marriage are?
At a fake wedding
I'm sure he
here,
paid for
where
it.
the ceremony was originally to be held.
I feel like
My bride and I
Gargliano
will
probably
enter
just like
into holy
kidnapped her,
matrimony in a safe,
like
undisclosed
gave her to him as a present or something.
Yeah, right?
That seems like the kind of relationship they have.
Stop prancing!
What is so reprehensible about his prancing?
I don't like him. The wedding! When's Christmas?
It's coming. Christmas is coming.
You didn't forget, did you? Today's the day.
I imagine that taking a very serious look at things
Everything's ready to
is
go.
going to make Christmas Eve even more ridiculous in context.
You think so?
Yeah.
Sure. That place in Chandelier. I forget the name, but yeah, I know it. You need me to crash some wedding and kidnap your ex-girlfriend, right?
Yes, I'm counting on you.
You know, I'm
I
beginning
like
to
that he has a
understand what
fucking
I've done to
rotary
you.
phone.
Hey, we've got a job to go to.
I find it really bizarre that they have all those signs all over
Work of
their
their own
place.
today.
What, you don't think that there would be roads in a world without cars, basically?
It's like they took over a TGI Fridays or something.
It is like that, isn't it? Oh no, you know what? Sweet Home must just be like TGI Fridays of the future.
Oh.
It's like a restaurant chain. They own the only one, and they've stopped taking customers.
Jean-Paulet
This is basically what I want my wedding to be like after the Tournament of Bachelors.
You mean this?
Hey, Zephyr. As long as we're here.
Are you crazy?
I also love that it's mandatory for him not to be wearing the glasses here.
Yeah. He's a murderer. A mass murderer.
Yeah, but she's hit him with like a frying pan like 3 times now. That's gotta make up for it.
That's how one actually repents from sin. Get hit with a frying pan 3 times.
Yeah.
Instead of Hail Marys.
There's like the most panicked expression in all of the world.
I feel like his face is gonna twitch apart.
Yeah.
Not so fast. Nothing personal, but I need to borrow your bride.
Oh, Vacheron. One of the most Japanese moments in the game.
I know.
Everyone basically just sweat drops.
Does not approve.
I find that hard to believe considering some of the earlier exchanges in the game.
I know, right?
Me. But are we on different sides of the same job? How much he paying you? Get out! Oh, that's a cardinal for you. Hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll pretend the two of you beat me.
You sure that wouldn't bruise your ego?
Nope.
He is having like an existential crisis right now. They're like talking money. He's like, what is Zephyr?
This ring is a symbol. It is a symbol of Zenith's vow of eternal loyalty to you.
It's also literally the ring you gave me like 2 weeks ago. I connected the God computer to it. Have fun with that.
How does it feel to have a god at your command?
I look forward to seeing.
I've always dreamed of this day, ever since I saw the pilot of Captain Planet.
First, there's
He's our hero. They could use him.
Hey, he would take pollution down to 0.
Yeah, yeah.
Zenith is actually just Captain Planet. It all makes sense.
What is written?
Now the whole game makes sense. You
Perfect.
can't argue that.
No, I'm solid. We can stop right here.
Very good.
Well, we at least have to make it to
And what
Christmas.
else?
Come on.
Fair point.
The Sibyl's rebirth. The second coming?
Sibyl? What's a Sibyl?
A subject well worth pursuing, don't you
I think we missed something.
Bastard. You'd use our dead prelate for a shield?
You mustn't think that I don't trust you, Rowan.
Because then you'd
But
probably
once
kill
I've
me.
told you how to use the key, I'll only be a nuisance who knows your secrets. You understand.
You mean Frida could be reborn?
How did you get that from that?
Yeah, that was not clear at all.
That's impossible. I can't accept it.
Isn't that what you've been working for this whole time?
Mind you, nothing is certain. I speak only of possibilities. The possibility of a true miracle.
Is that why he becomes so obsessed with the concept of miracles from this point? Guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
We should be going.
Cut your goddamn hairs.
Zenith awaits.
All of them?
Yes.
But wait, if if they both got all their hairs cut, then they would look exactly the same still, just with shorter hair. That wouldn't be helpful.
At least get it out of your goddamn eyes.
That's an awfully strange request.
It's from Teresa. She usually has
I find it hard for there to be a request at this point that takes Leanne by surprise. After the shit they've put her through already.
When they get presents.
She wants to put it in your butt.
You ask me?
That should really be how the scene starts. And Leanne just like laughs it off. Well, that's a weird request.
Work's work, isn't it?
Then it's decided. We'll be handing out presents this Christmas.
Yay!
Any objections?
You're serious about this?
I am.
No backing out.
Don't test me.
Right.
You smell like ham.
The holly and the jelly into this show. They
He just like licks her face. Why did you do that?
Let's not get carried away.
Christmas!
Wait a minute, if they believe that, like, Zenith is their god and they've basically forgot religion predating Zenith, how in the hell are they celebrating Christmas?
You? What about me?
He looks fine.
I
wish I could find that costume at a store.
You should wear it all
I
the
mean,
time.
Leanne's.
I hope you'll forgive me. I know this is no easy task.
Why does he have a helmet?
So that you can tell the two of them apart during battle gameplay. I think that's literally the reason.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You know what I want though? I want the reindeer costume, but I want the enemy hat that Lagerfeld has. Like, holy shit, that reindeer's here to kill me.
Merry Christmas. And a happy birthday.
Oh, you remember.
Because she's kind of Jesus secretly.
After all, it is the day we met.
I love how responsive that, like, costume mouth is.
I know, right?
Like, that's insane.
Besides, it's an easy day to remember.
Thank you.
You can't actually hear that. Besides, it's...
If you'd like, you're all welcome to join me for the Christmas Mass at the cathedral.
I was trying to read join before she got to it, and I swear to God it said ruin.
I invite you to ruin Christmas Mass. Now that you've saved Christmas for the children, destroy it for everyone else.
It might be good for business.
Oh, do you think Cardinal Rowan will be there?
You aim straight for the top, huh?
He looks forward to this service above all others.
It is interesting how, like, rooted in Catholicism they kind of are, but not really.
Yeah.
Like, they're cardinals and they use the word mass to describe their, like, Christmas ceremony, even though they don't believe in, like, God as traditionally depicted.
And they, like, cross themselves.
Yeah.
Or, like, circle themselves.
Kind of weird. I don't know where that came from or why. BFF.
Yo, bro. Love me.
I feel like we should get an alternate cutscene because she's wearing that shirt where he realizes he wants to love her. He just gives her a hug. We should not be enemies.
Your shirt is adorable. Also your hat.
Where did you get this headband? I want 2 of them. Wait a minute. You're supposed to be dead.
What's going on? What do you think you're doing?
Oh.
Go, please.
This happened before.
We have our results.
Those two cutscenes are so far apart, there's no way I would have remembered that.
Wait, catch me up to speed on what you're catching on.
She walked past him
right
in the first cutscene where they met.
Yeah.
And was like, Merry Christmas. And she just did it again, and that's why he remembered her.
I mean, like, I recognized the symmetry between the two, but I hadn't really paid attention to the Christmas connection, which I guess is relevant.
Her fate is the same either way.
Because, like, the thing is, at that point, she was, like, going to die basically the next day or whatever, like, within a couple hours, something like that. So, like, he just figured she'd die. This is the first time he's seeing her since then.
Yeah.
Although it's still confusing to me that the Cardinals don't talk about this shit, since the Cardinals do seem to interact with each other when we're not around.
Yeah.
All finished here? Let's go home.
But if they hadn't done this, then like most of the rest of the game just wouldn't happen.
How?
Oh, if he hadn't realized Leanne was alive.
Yeah, because like most of the rest of this sort of spirals out of control from that realization.
Right.
Or was it something else?
But so like this is really significant to him because it's like she's a miracle who's, you know, managed to survive despite Zenith's power. So like she represents like all of the things that he's wanted since Frida's death, basically.
Oh, and he was just like, was she reborn? He thinks that she was brought back, not that she just didn't die.
It was
Right.
Christmas Day
Which
when you
makes
set
him
me
happier
free.
because
Right, because he wants to believe that Frida can come back because he wants to bone
Why
her.
did you lie to me?
hard.
Real hard.
Yep.
Did your experiments?
He confided this in
turn out
that
the
woman
way
who's
you
not
hoped?
actually a character. She was
I'm the
really
only
upset
one
about
of
it.
the
Do you
20
think
who's
that
still
his
alive, aren't I?
downstairs area is as floppy
You
as
okay?
his upstairs area?
Don't want to catch another
That's a
cold.
really strange question.
Just wondering.
Because, I mean, obviously it is. So, like, it just doesn't seem to warrant an actual question. Don't you mean his designated region, though?
But you treated us like people. Why? Why try to run away with me when you knew how dangerous it was?
It would help if there were more antecedents in this game, I think.
We spent that last
Into what now?
Christmas together.
Because a
alone.
lot of people have these, like, monologues to themselves being like, why did you do this? Why? Like, what could have inspired your whatever? And it's like, just say their name once. Just say their name once.
Yeah, right.
Then I can follow the scene, and I'll know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm alive.
I've tried, but I can't get through
Oh,
the
she's in a
silence.
third one?
What did the laboratory report?
All 20 pieces of quartz were shattered.
They're certain that the 20th is real. They're certain that Leanne's quartz is real.
It may be some time until we're sure.
But I've got a raging heart-on for this dead woman!
Were his experiments a failure from the start? What's he been doing all this time?
Maybe you shouldn't have given him so much autonomy since you really don't trust him.
Rebirth? The resurrection? I don't know. What in the name of God is going on?
Ah. So he gave him this ring that quote-unquote controls God. What does that mean? What has he done with it? He doesn't do anything with it the entire game.
No, he doesn't. But like, all it does is like give him. It sort of gives him the power of life and death. But like I mean, like, it sort of makes sense that he doesn't use it to kill your team, because like what they do is sort of important to his discovery of whether or not miracles are real.
It just seems like a really stupid plot device to completely drop.
I agree with you. It does seem really strange. Like,
Yeah.
giving someone the power of God and then them not, like, doing anything significant with it. I mean, like, even when Sullivan dies, he just shoots the guy.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't, like, use the ring to, like, suddenly kill him or something.
As of today, all phases of
I mean,
the project
honestly, you know what Zenith really is? It's like Death Note. Like, if you have the power over Zenith, then you could kill someone anywhere at any time.
In fact, the sooner you're gone, the better.
Which, as that show sort of demonstrates, it's very strong power. Don't know why he doesn't use it.
Mobilized his troops. They will be here.
I mean, I guess the thing is he's not really faced with any reason to use it. It's less a plot device, really, than it is a character device, in a sense. Because it's not... Him having control over God isn't important to the story, it's important to him as a person. Because it represents his crisis of faith. Like, he controls God and doesn't understand how that's possible, and doesn't know how to live in a world where there isn't something greater than himself, which is why miracles are so important to him, because they represent a God outside of Zenith, which he already controls.
It's just such a powerful item that they just never use.
We don't know that. There's a whole cutscene where it's just people be dying up in here, left and right.
Let's just say
I'm staying.
Though I
to
will
fulfill an
say,
old
that
promise.
regardless of whether or not you're paying attention, the ring is pretty downplayed considering what it is.
Then this is
It's true.
goodbye.
Like, I sort of knew it existed, but, like, it's relative important. Like, a lot of the scenes where it is most significant, it's significant because he's not wearing it, and it's, like, really hard to pick up on that, the way the game is paced.
An old promise!
Because you're sort of like, oh, his hand for a second. Like, there's enough, like, stray shots in this game that doesn't necessarily stand out.
Yeah.
I really want to open a chain of restaurants called Sweet Home, just full of street signs now. And the waitress comes out and beats you with, like, a frying pan.
You have sin! Now, what can I get you? It's got, like barriers on it and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's a reason that the bug is there for this shot. We accidentally missed
Dangerous place for a lady
saving
to be
this
walking all by herself.
this cutscene
Care
by
to hire
itself.
some hunters?
As per usual, I tend to blame
Help
Tech,
make
and I imagine Tech blames me, so
even
we're
stop
basically
the
at square
odd
one.
terrorist.
Yep. So that's why that's
Just
there.
ignore it.
Stop me. My mind's already made up. I appreciate all you've done, Vacheron. You kept your distance and gave me time to think things through.
At least
And
it's the
of
version
course
where
you
your eye
too,
is not
Zephyr.
fucked up.
If it wasn't for you, I'd
It
never
really
have
doesn't
thought
seem
about
hugely
going
different
see
to me.
Professor Uris.
Oh, it's different, trust me.
I'm sure it is. I'm just saying it's not, like,
There's something
super
I want to
apparent.
tell him.
Oh, believe me, that's way too much trouble. They're not gonna let you just waltz right in there.
You gonna kidnap him? Go in guns a-blazing? Not very ladylike.
Would you just stop already?
I'm trying to have a serious murder moment. Zephyr, I feel like you should appreciate this.
You're just going to pay him a visit, right?
Oh, I'll pay him a visit in
How
his
do you know
designated
he's even
region.
still-
Ah.
If you know what I mean.
I don't. But his chances of surviving were probably better than mine.
Rainy Bridge is just bridged now.
You broke the Rainy Bridge.
No more rain to hide those tears.
Come on, let's go have a look.
Time's a-wasting.
Thank you.
Your pot of sweet and sour sauce has gone
Just as
cold.
we left.
It's kind of cool, actually, that, like, there's a window up in Chandelier, and you can, like, see, like, all the clouds because of how high up it is. Like, it's just clouds, just nothing else.
Yeah.
What the hell happened here? They've all been slaughtered like pigs.
It's horrible. Who would do this?
You were just about to.
Zephyr!
It could be the break we need. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, like, despite the fact that they're on a rescue mission, they were clearly gonna murder a bunch of folk to get where they were going.
Right?
That's really just how
Someone's
this works.
coming. That's the professor's room.
That's a weird cut. Is that supposed to be the
Get
same
out
scene?
of the way!
Dunno. So many
You won't
bullets.
have anything to do once I'm gone, will you?
You're right.
I'll probably get in more trouble while you're
I love the
asleep,
grunting.
So will you take naps somewhere close by?
It's basically me if I was trying to do this.
You big liar. But you will come to visit on my next birthday, right?
Yes. Of course.
What is with all the ghosts here? They're all in my way.
Because I'll be coming to visit you.
Oh, hey, Leon.
So how did he know? How did she? Why are they there? Because he just walked in a second ago and been like, look, it's exactly how we left it.
Well, Shia was there
Happened.
trying to find him, because she didn't really know any other place to find him,
So
I
he
guess?
just happened to be there.
Yeah.
I was saved.
Okay.
They've been so nice.
It's been so
I
much
don't know.
fun. I've learned so much.
I feel like he must have been, like, imprisoned after all that crap went down. Because, like,
I'm so scared.
clearly he wasn't supposed to, like, bond with Subject 20 and, like, try to help her escape.
It's impossible. It can't be her. It can't. Leanne.
Do they ever even once say his name during the game?
There's so much I have to tell you.
I mean, I know what it is.
I mean,
but I think I only know that from the research I did.
What's his name?
Juris? Or
No.
Uris? I don't know how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Because I can't ever remember anyone saying it.
Come here hoping for an apology. Things happened that we wish hadn't.
I feel like
It's true
Rowan
for
or what's his
everyone.
face might have.
I know that
It's
now.
possible.
But there's something
Yeah, Sullivan
I wanna
might.
tell
Yeah.
you. I'm alright. I'm going to be alright.
Oh, you're taking this
Alright.
news really well.
Sorry, you only have one hand. Don't put your hand there.
That's so creepy.
Inappropriate.
Surrogate dad, not okay. Surrogate daddy does not approve. It's Chip from Beauty and the Beast. It's all coming together.
He killed it.
Oh shit. That's a really morbid movie. This is her first day of school.
Little one. We'll meet again beyond the walls of Basel.
Does she have horns?
Yes.
Of course she does.
I mean, she has goddamn wings. The horns aren't as much of a stretch, I don't think.
Listen to me. If I'm late for our rendezvous, I want you to take this quartz and destroy it.
I don't like that phrasing. She already has it. Why don't you just say, I want you to destroy this quartz?
Yeah, I mean, that's more technically correct. But remember, it's from Japanese. Japanese is a very indirect language. That's probably how it was actually phrased in Japanese or something like that.
So whose quartz was that?
I think in a minute he's gonna imply that it's Leanne's, but that's not the impression that I have. I think this is the last we ever see of her, unless she shows up in the cutscene, which I would like to believe, but don't think will happen. He has a weird relationship with that girl.
Yeah, he really does. This game has a lot of loose ends to wrap up in this final cutscene we're waiting for.
It's gonna be fucking epic.
It's a whopper of a tale.
Yes, it's a whopper of a whopper. It's a really big hamburger.
I'm not sure I want to believe it, but I've seen a man die under more or less those circumstances.
The quartz in the lab was definitely shattered.
Oh.
If it wasn't Leanne's.
It's occurring to me now that maybe even Vacheron doesn't know this. Because when he tells Leanne the story about the quartz, like, way early in the beginning of the game, he says that, like, it's a good luck thing, but I don't... He says that, like, you have a quartz, but he doesn't say anything about the quartz being tied to your life.
Well, that's true.
So until Pater dies, they don't really have any reason to know about that. Which again makes a certain amount of sense, because I would imagine the Cardinals would hold that pretty secret.
Just go on the way we have. Everything could be fine.
Yes. It's possible.
You know what's funny? He actually looks like Rumpelstiltskin from Once Upon a Time.
Really?
Yeah, that's basically what he looks like, is this guy.
Flip the table. Oh, he actually does flip the table.
Yes. I love how that crashing noise seems really inappropriate, though.
I'm not as cool as Vacheron, but I'm not gonna turn into
No, you certainly aren't. No one's as cool as Vacheron.
No, no one is as cool as Vacheron.
And a person dies.
Oh, at the same time, very few people are as sketchy as Vacheron. Basically, Garigliano
Maybe you can
and
explain
the
it to
Fear
me.
Troll. No one else.
I don't know, I think that other guy's pretty sketchy.
There is no reason she should
Which
have
one,
to
Jean-Paulet?
Yeah.
What do you have against Jean-Paulet?
I don't like him.
He shows up like twice for a hot second.
I don't like him.
I
He
don't
spins around too
understand.
much. Always spinning around like an asshole.
If they're gonna kill someone, it should be me.
Oh my god, Zephyr. Shut up.
Why am I still alive? What's wrong with this world? Where do I need to go? Because I'm going. And I'm bringing Leanne with me.
Dude, it's your
If you don't
house.
like
You
it,
should probably know
I'll
where the
bash
toilet
your
is.
head in
I
right
don't...
now.
Well, that's that. Guess a little charity work will build character.
Chapter 15.
Power beyond conception.
There's a lower density of cutscenes in these sort of like mid-late chapters.
It's true.
Christmas basically had like 2.
What up, bro?
No shortage of these guys.
Let's do it.
More holes than of these guys. No, wait, that's not the expression. Zup, bruh.
Visitors. Not whom I was expecting.
I feel like that's how I would agree everyone to my house. Just walk out, like strutting like an asshole.
Oh,
Visitors!
I especially love it after they just murdered all of his guards.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, welcome!
I didn't like those guys anyway. You're
Our
doing me a
20th
favor.
Experiment. You're here for Leanne's courts, I take it.
So Leanne wasn't saved by Zenith?
Well, see, that's the thing.
What do you mean?
The summary I was reading
I
off
see.
Wikipedia doesn't
didn't
really
tell
take
you,
this scene into account for some reason.
My
Because,
name
like,
is
this is like an entirely separate
I was
logical
in charge
thread
of
than
the
what it
laboratory
proposed,
Eurus
which was
used
simply
to
that.
carry out his
He just said his name, Eurus.
But like,
Experiments.
there's
that,
basically
in my
2
opinion,
possible things:
were quite
either that was
invaluable.
Leanne's courts,
We mapped the
and
courts
Zenith
of
saved
20
her,
newborns
or it
and
wasn't,
programmed one to
and
die
she was
each
saved by
year.
like his intervention or
For
maybe
19
Eurus.
years, it went according to plan. But on the 20th, we encountered a glitch. I'm sure you've guessed by now. Your quartz is in my possession.
But I'm really not sure if this is a bluff or not.
Might be.
Let's have it.
Kill me, and I've arranged for her quartz to be destroyed. Would you care to test that arrangement?
Well, someone does.
This has been a most enlightening conversation. I finally found you.
Visitors!
Cardinal Rowan?
It's been far too long.
It's been like
friend.
3 days.
Yeah, weren't they just hanging out like not long ago?
Something.
I should just say that every time I come over to your house. It's been
The
far
rest
too
of our
long,
experiment
old
is
friend.
standing right here
And you'll be like,
before you.
visitors!
How do you explain that?
I assure you, the experiments were a success. Her continued existence is rather unexpected.
So there are forces that defy your calculation. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm afraid so.
But
yes.
If you have her quartz, then everything did go
I
as
knew
planned.
what to
You just didn't
believe.
destroy her quartz.
Yeah.
Do I trust the reason you so often spoke
So
of?
maybe they just found under the quartz and
Or
like, this
do
one
I
must be
trust
hers.
these forces that defy calculation.
But see, this is like the apex of his like
Miracles are a
crisis.
part of
It's
the
sort of
system.
like,
Right.
I believe
he's like,
that.
that makes sense. But are you just lying?
I see.
Because he like his thing is that he
And
really
there's only
wants to
one way to
believe
find
in like a
out.
mystical force.
If you die, Leanne will die too. Now, let us see if these miracles.
It's like
really
he's
do
basically
exist.
trying to provoke God into performing a miracle.
Yeah, right.
Like that's his whole like plan.
Right.
It's not a very good plan, but like it sort of makes sense. But just in like really twisted logic.
you done? What's a miracle anyway? Would you know
A
what
miserable
if you
little
shot
pile of
and
secrets?
what you did? Would that make you happy?
I choose not to acknowledge you.
You may be a cardinal, but it won't save you.
What about that sweet
You'll
knife you had
die
a second
screaming.
You'll die screaming.
ago? Seriously, what is with the knife? Why does he use the knife in that cutscene?
I don't know.
Hey, Sully, you dead?
No man. Yeah? Nah.
Damn it.
Clinky.
Ooh, it's pretty flash.
Nice boots.
Oh, you were talking to
Well,
Leanne.
that explains it. That's why you didn't tell me what was going on.
Love me.
I, thought something was a little strange.
That's such like an understatement considering these circumstances. I thought it was weird that I didn't die when science dictated I should die.
Yeah, right?
Don't keep anything else from me. I know you meant well.
Sorry.
Let's go fuck up Cardinal Rowan.
Somewhere I still had it in my head that you needed to be treated like a child.
I understand. A year ago, I couldn't have taken this.
You can't tell me this doesn't scare you.
I don't feel any different. It won't change the way I live my life.
I can't just push it away like that.
That's what she said?
I don't know what. I feel like something is wrong there biologically.
You and Vacheron.
Aww.
I can't. I don't want it to end like this.
This gun is a sign of our unity. We are now technically married by the laws of Basel.
Ending. There's something I need to find out. Rowan has the answer.
That's not really true.
Rowan doesn't know shit.
Yeah,
Rowan is so fucking
Rowan is
confused.
basically clueless. Yeah, he's extremely confused. All he wants to know, he wants answers more than anyone. Like, if you want vengeance, go seek out Rowan. If you want answers, well, Sullivan's dead, so you're basically screwed.
Yeah. Let's go talk to Zenith directly.
Interrogate him, Phoenix Wright style. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Hold it! What the hell does that mean? I don't speak clock. Do we have a translator?
Fusion of science and faith.
She did.
I thought of these two opposing forces as one. Perhaps that was my first mistake. The reality overwhelmed me. I lied to myself. So many sacrifices in the name of our ambition.
He's actually a really interesting character.
Isn't it? Yeah, that's. I've been trying to make this case for a while now, but I really think Rowan is actually a really good character.
He forced me to see the reason you died. And with it, the truth behind
The problem is just that his language is like really difficult to like
of ambition.
Wade through.
Yeah, considering like how they space these things out and they jump through time, like it's kind of hard to follow it. But like if you can, there's a lot going on here.
Well, it also doesn't help that he has a person who looks exactly like him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The first time, at least, that was a big problem for me. The second time was less an issue, but it is still a problem.
Ignorance of one's sins is itself a sin. Then I have sinned mortally, and I deserve to die. Now I've set aside ambition for the sake of the people, and chosen to shoulder the burden of my errors.
Okay, so if he's got a ring that controls God, what happens to everyone when he dies?
Then I can do everything in my power to destroy them. If the
What happens when you kill the guy who controls God?
Then that's one more miracle I can believe in.
Maybe God goes back to being controlled by himself?
Content.
I don't know.
But it's something I dare not let
I wonder what
myself
happens to
believe.
God if you don't remember to perform regular maintenance?
right
Give him like an oil change?
Oh shit, you guys, I forgot to oil God again.
I forgot to wind up God. Oops. Everyone born today is just dead.
Tell me how I might atone to those 20 children, to all who have suffered. Whether I live,
They don't ever really
or whether
address
I
the other
die,
experiment, the one that Zephyr's a part
I
of.
will never know happiness.
Like, I feel like it's sort of important to understanding, like, that story.
There can be no turning back.
There's no way for us to have known that he was part of an experiment without you telling me.
Yeah.
That's sort of what I'm seeing here.
It's everyone's favorite wino albino, because there's pretty much this one, and no other ones.
What you doing there? Okay.
I feel like that in that scene she was supposed to destroy the courts, but she didn't. I feel like the director just fell asleep or something. I'm a little confused.
Look at this chick again.
So that's 4. She gets 4 whole appearances. Hey, you think in the final cutscene she'll control God? That'd be really confusing.
Oh.
Because she's, like, not a well-established character at all.
Back at TGI Fridays. Okay. Was that necessary?
Yeah, that really tied together his whole storyline.
Now I understand everything!
Well, I mean, you just have to remember that Zenith is Captain Planet. There you go.
That gun's pretty flash.
It is pretty flash. I don't really know what to say here.
This whole sequence is so full of itself. It's just like, man, look, everything is sad. The end's about to come, you guys.
It's supposed to be really cinematic, which I think, like, I don't really have a problem with this, but I feel like it would work better in, like, an actual movie.
Oh, totally. Okay. Thank God. The Basilica!
Getting pretty close to the present. Do you think we're gonna uncover any more revelations before then?
I doubt it.
You know, I'm not really sure how much of this clockwork comprises Zenith. Like, is all of it part of Zenith, or is this archway like Zenith?
No, Zenith has like that red eye thing. I think that's just like a. It's like the equivalent of a cross in a
stirring on the wind.
It's just a bunch of gears.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Hard to resist.
You've always had a way with words.
No, he hasn't. He just says, "What have we here?" over and over again.
Well, yeah, that's one way with words. It's not a very good way.
Who here hasn't fought his share of hopeless battles?
As we've established,
I'm pretty sure Gurilliano is the answer to that question. It's a pretty straightforward answer.
You are our general. We wouldn't abandon you in your hour of
You know, if
need.
anyone in this game is a
Of
mutant,
course
it's
not.
probably Gurilliano.
You weren't the only one who took a vow before the prelate, you know. Should anything befall her, we swore to stand at your side. And so
now that you've randomly provoked a couple of gun-toting strangers to try and kill you, I guess we'll stand in their way.
Our troops spread before us
For
like
no
the
reason.
sea.
Yeah.
We need only await the
They also
coming
love
of the
that,
storm.
like, monsters don't exist on Chandelier, but somehow up here in the Basilica, like, they have those, like, clockwork minotaurs and shit.
Yeah.
Like, what? How do you control them? I don't think Zenith does that. It's not like an established thing that Zenith does. Then we just cut to Gurilliano in the chair.
Such a vulgar
What have we here?
weapon for the
What have we here, my glorious throne? Visitors!
It does not suit one so divine.
I'm Leanne. That's all.
Love me.
And I am Cardinal Gurilliano.
That title would mean something if it meant anything.
He dies.
Yeah, the closing cutscenes of both of these gentlemen sort of occurs as they're ragdolling to death after you murder them, so kind of hard to capture those.
Step aside. We're here to see Cardinal Rowan.
I'm so sorry, but I really must refuse. Your only way past.
Every time I
is
hear that,
through
I can't
me.
help but think of that Starbucks
We
line.
have no quarrel with you.
Really? Is that because cash is all that guides your gun?
Ouch.
I think it's pretty clear at this point that that is not the case.
Because we're here.
House.
Damn it, what time is it? I think they're late! Dude, we've been staying here for like 10 minutes. What are you doing?
Another step closer to a miracle. It's been a long journey. how long I've waited for this moment.
Well, I'm unsure because I can't read the clock, but like a while, I think.
It spins really fast, maybe not very long at all. I can't really tell.
Is it yesterday?
There's
What the hell's
something
going on?
I wanted to ask you.
Who the fuck is that woman?
That's the prelate lady.
Listening.
His dead
I
wife or
believe
something.
everyone has a path they're meant to walk. Do you regret yours?
Why do we care?
I have no regrets. I chose the path.
It's too late for regrets.
Wherever
Tend to
it
apologize.
leads, I will accept the fate that awaits.
I'm glad.
What a curious girl.
What a curious George.
Why don't you hate me? Do you think you're some kind of saint?
Should have been a question mark.
You may not want to kill me, but that won't stop me from killing you!
No, but maybe this will. Shooting someone in the back. Not very sporting of you.
Because that's always been a major...
Yeah, right? It's a big theme of this game, sportsmanship.
Are you going to show me?
I don't think you'll live long enough to see it.
I want to know what love is. I want you to show me, Cardinal Rowan. That was a pretty sweet and unnecessary camera flip there.
Is this the end?
Where I was weak, God gave me you to be my strength. Through you, He will change the world so that people might be free of suffering. By the will of God, little by little, the world is reborn. I want to see that world. A world where people live life as they want to.
I feel like this takes place at the end of the game.
Really? I feel like it takes place at the beginning of the game. I feel like this would have been shortly after her death.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
You cannot stop now. Your destiny lies before you.
No, yeah, you're right. I think it's a little overexposed. All right. Oh, maybe not.
Zenith waits just ahead. The entity you know as God. It's important you see it for yourself. Perceive the providence of our world.
Oh, this is like the beginning?
Yeah.
Have we ever watched this cutscene?
No, we've never seen this before. It seems extremely important.
Seriously?
What?
What have we here? What have we here? What have we here?
Impossible.
Gears?
Metal gears?
A machine? A machine told the final hour of our prelate's life?
It may be difficult to accept, but it's true.
It's not for a machine to determine when a man should die! What meaning is there in such a death?
Zenith has taken the place of God, that's all.
He didn't move his mouth.
Nope. But that's not the first time that's happened.
You expect me to keep up this charade? You'd have me go on leading the people? Leading them in the name of God? How can I remain a cardinal knowing this? A cardinal in a church with no God!
The people need a shepherd.
Wow.
Even if you find the thought distasteful, you must consider them.
Why would you put this cutscene here?
No idea.
Sparing one at the cost of many accomplishes nothing!
If we can learn to control this, it will change everything. We can create a new faith. A new faith that combines reason with compassion. Just think about it.
In one breath you deny God, and in the next you speak of faith. All right. I'll set my doubts aside. I'll set them aside to build a world of order, for the sake of the people. Whatever research is needed, I'll help in any way I can.
You've made the right choice.
Let my own sacrifice be the first. Divine providence is only a calculation. I won't sit back and accept my fate!
Or the resonance thereof.
Aha! Wow, that was a super important cutscene that should have been placed at the beginning of the game in actuality.
Yes. That really sets the tone for literally half of the plot of the game. Like, the entire Cardinal storyline stems from that.
Alright.
There you have it. That is Resonance of Fate in a metaphorical nutshell.
Yep. It's pretty exciting.
So, what do you think is going to happen next?
I have absolutely no clue.
I still maintain that there's a chance that Rowan will take off his hair and turn out to be a cheerleader pyramid made up of gremlins.
I'm really hoping that that's the case.
Yeah, I'm not so sure what that means for Zenith and the ring, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe we'll discover some connection to the Lord of the Rings. Maybe the Zenith ring is the one ring, the Biffle ring.
The Biffle ring.
One Biffle ring to rule them all.
All right, well, join us in the next episode for the exciting conclusion.
I'm pretty excited.